Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to game number 4 of the night. Just kidding, it's not 4, it's number 3. Number 3. We are into game number 3 of the night. We've got ourselves on the blue side, Dad Bod, taking on the Boyz on the red side. And we got 4 seconds left on that first ban. Wincarnation, he was the one who started it up, so you should know this is happening. He's got 1 second. Last second bans the Yumi. Taking the cat off the table, no scratching coming into this one. Don't have to worry about cleaning the litter box. It's going to be Thresh, the secondary ban. We got some support focus so far this game. Now, I'm still waiting on a particular champion to ban out Wincarnation's favorite champion of the game, Aether Rising, and Smartest. At least, definitely Smartest should have seen this before. I think he's actually even casted the last game that Wincarnation played in. Welcome back, C9 World Champ. It's been a little bit while since we've had you in the game. Dadbod must win. Poppy Harlow clone. Rooting for the dad bods. Is there any particular player on that side you're rooting for, or is it just in general? They're the dad bods, so they gotta win. Sivir banned away. That Sivir Yumi pairing is so nice, but Sivir's also pretty strong. We just saw her in last game. No, 2 games ago, excuse me. Great late game, great damage. Spell shield safe. Raven taken away from TSM Double Lift, so they're actually pinching the Double Lift role first. Still been on one particular champion. You didn't give me MVP? No, I didn't give you MVP. Eric played well, though. 10-10 on casting. Well, thank you so much, City Blazer. I appreciate that. And honestly, the MVP was up to Briar that casting. But I still think that the Evelyn kind of carried you guys through the early game. Now, some of the stalling in the bot side and the top side was really good, too. Don't get me wrong. But it's one thing to kind of just simply stall out a lane and simply not die, and it's another to actually find leads. And the Evelyn found leads. So I was talking to Briar. He asked how he casted. Oh, 10 of 10 casting. I was joking about wanting MVP. Well, so it's a 0 of 10 because Briar didn't give you MVP. That seems more appropriate. All right, the Caitlyn banned away from TSM Double Lift as well, and that means that they gave the Alistar over. I've seen this time and time again. You cannot do this. That is 101 disrespect of the Wincarnation Double Lift pairing. Straight up disrespect, leaving the Alistar up. Oh, you are in for a butt whooping today. I'll tell you right now, because you left the Alistar up, you might in the second ban want to ban Tristana, because if they get the Alistar Tristana combo, that has been a world breaker time and time again for them. You are going to hurt, but the Nautilus is picked up by the Boyz, so they do have some tanky CC and response in the bottom side, so not the end of the world. Still pretty nice, but the big question comes down to what AD carry are they going to play against Alistar. You could take the Vayne, because every time Alistar goes in for the headbutt, you just condemn him backwards. There's some options. We'll see. As Renekton gets locked in for the top lane, Misto saying he wanted to off-roll something other than the AD carry roll. He's going to grab that strong top laner. Now, he's very good, but there is some champions that can respond as well. Riven can usually go kind of toe-to-toe with him on damage. You could also run the Kled. Kled's really strong into the Renekton. You could also go Karma, someone that before the shield breaker kind of came in was a nice counter just because you stayed back, you farmed, you poked, you did okay. Every time Renekton went all in, you just kind of shield boosted yourself out as well as found some really good poke back. And Alawi gets locked in. I bet that's a trade over to Smartest. Smartest is pretty strong on the Alawi in the top side. Great split pusher. Super, super good. By about that, 20-minute mark, he's taking your second turret of the game. Second tier turret. So they're going to keep banning away Double Lift's champions. Take away that Ezreal as well. You're really locking down. But there's only so many ADCs you can ban. Eventually, you're going to have to run out of bans. Eventually, TSM Double Lift is going to be able to grab some ADC. And he's just so good on so many champions. I'm not sure there's going to be enough. We'll see. We'll see. 0 of 10, any production, no Daisy MVP. Doc Shocker, you're so right. You're so right. How can I call myself a streamer? How can I call myself a caster when I don't have Daisy MVP every single game? Daisy tears in the chat. Daisy tears in the chat. Didn't get MVP last game. Well, maybe we'll give Daisy MVP this game. Maybe we'll try that out. We'll try that out. Will the Boyz finally get to have a cold one, or will the dad bod tell nah? That's a good question, Vitrillian. That is the setup for this game. It's the Boyz. They're growing up. They want to be adults. Yeah, they're only 18, but you know what? That's old enough to drink in their father's house if the father approves. Maybe the father won't even catch them Maybe they run the Gragas. They ban away the Hecarim, the Boyz do. They said, you know what, we've had enough of pinching the pool of ADCs. We're going to grab ourselves take away a jungler. And they grab themselves the Sylas. That could be Sylas jungle, most likely Sylas mid lane. And I think that that's probably because there's a couple of juicy ultimates from Dadbod, the Alistar, the Renekton, a couple of those bigger tanky ones. They said, you know what, we'd like to have that on our side. And I think the one person from Blue Team that was in the Discord chat left, said, you know what, I'm the only person in here. Why am I sitting in this Discord if no one else is going to be in here anyway? Let me just leave. But that lack of communication on the blue side might be the problem from what we saw last game, where the team was kind of lacking in synergy, lacking in being able to wombo combo their team comp together. And TSM Doublelift grabs that Lucian, another super strong champion in his hands. And we're up against, yet again, a team that is running no AD carry. The Boyz taking the Yasuo, most likely into the bottom lane. Sylas in the mid, Nautilus in the supportive role. Kind of running through a couple of those. We'll get through breaking down them all in just one moment. As Vitrillion says, what's the special character in Doublelift's name? None. None whatsoever. It's just the problem is that his name is TSM Doublelift, not TL Doublelift. Also, the TL Doublelift is actually on Tournament Realm, so I don't even know that it counts on the actual League of Legends client. But when TL Doublelift became TL Doublelift, that opened the name TSM Doublelift. So swoop in, grab it really fast. No special character whatsoever. So, with 3 minutes remaining, let's go ahead and start by running through the players and their champions. For the side of Dadbod, we've got Wincarnation with the Alistar support. Misto taking the Renekton off roll into the top lane. Theon Greyjoy, welcome with the Victor in the mid lane role. Kane in the jungle, and TSM Doublelift grabbing the Lucian for the AD carry role. And he also plays like Doublelift does. He's super, super good. Now, obviously, he's not like Masters or anything, that level, but he is very good and super strong paired with Incarnation. I have yet to truly see a bot lane duo that can deal with these two. It's been a while that they've actually had a team that could kind of go head-to-head with them, toe-to-toe, if you will. But even then, they still find success. They still are just come out of lane dominating so many times. We'll see if maybe this time around something's different. As for the side of the Boyz, we've got ourselves Aether Arising taking the Vayne into the jungle. The Vice, Vayne into the jungle. Yes, Vayne in the jungle. We got ADC in the jungle. Let's Gatinator playing. Just kidding. Aether Arising taking Vi into the jungle. Smartest with the Alawi into the top lane. C9 World Champ on the Nautilus support. This name is going to be one that's going to bite me for a while. Red Remnant. It's like Remnant, but red at the beginning of that. Red Remnant with the Sylas into the mid lane. I like Pogs with the Yasuo in the bottom 80 carry role. So, good choices overall from both teams. The Hecarim is Kane's name. It's Barcode. That is literally Barcode. That's the only name that I call it. It's a bunch of like L's and special I's and stuff, I think. But I don't really know. I just call it a barcode. So, for the side of Dadbod, they got good engage between the Alistar and the Renekton. They have good damage between the Renekton, or the Victor, and the Lucian, and they have some assassination on the Kane. I feel like Kane's the one champion that doesn't really fit into their role very well, especially because there isn't anyone that can be assassinated easily on the side of the Boyz. Okay, so Yasuo might get a little bit low. Sylas, in the early game, you might be able to burst down a bit, but outside of that, I feel like Kane should probably go the Darken role, and that way he's just another frontline tank, somebody else to add a bit of knock-up CC and try to deal with the side of the Boyz, whereas they have no ADC. They've got some serious team fight with the Sylas and the Yasuo. They've got serious CC between the Vi and the Nautilus, and they have the split push of the Alawi. I'm expecting them to roll more likely a 1-4 or 1-3-1 that then tries to, with the TP on the Alawi, group around some of those neutral objectives, but you do have Victor and Renekton also taking TPs for the side of Dadbod, so their grouping, if those TPs aren't burned on the early side, could still come in handy in being able to bring more people to whatever party is going on. We'll find out, though, what their actual strategies are in game. Now, looking to the bottom lane of the Boyz versus Dadbod, the about to lose it for a second. Alistar and Lucian, I feel, should still fare very well into the Yasuo Nautilus, simply because when you're looking at a Yasuo Nautilus, unless Yasuo lands the wind wall perfectly, Lucian, even if he does land a really good wind wall, Lucian's just going to relentless pursuit around it. it's not that big of a deal when a wind wall comes up. He just grabs the Relentless Pursuit off to the side and keeps up auto-attacking or just dashes right on through. And then the Alistar, he's the one that can start the fights by headbutt knock-up combination. Headbutt Pulverize, that's the name. Headbutt Pulverize onto the Yasuo or the Nautilus, and while Nautilus can get some return CC with the chain, the hook, as well as that E for the slow, maybe his ultimate thrown in for good measure on top of that, he's not exactly a good damage dealer, and Wincarnation is a super, super tank on this Alistar, and so it's really, unless Nautilus hits that level 6 and just finds the right ultimate for the Yasuo, I feel like between 1 and 6, Dadbod should have success on that bottom side. Misty is having PC problems. Hopefully it's super temporary. Oh no! Oh no, everyone, F's in the chat for poor Misto. Cross your fingers. Well, while this pause, I'm sure is going to happens in just a moment. Thank you, Vet, for the F in the chat. I'm going to move the players in the correct positions very quickly until we get into game. There we go. And Spectator is live as we go. We'll see if it's paused. He's fine now. Hey! Seems to be fine in just a moment. So we still might see a very short pause, but not going to be that big of a deal. I did also want to check in very quickly on something else I completely forgot about, so you know what? We're not even going to worry about it. Not going to worry about it. Starting off the game. We do have some CC with that Nautilus, with the Alistar, but not that much, so I'm not expecting any invades. There's the pause. Waiting for Misto to fix his thing. We also apparently have Red Rement reconnecting after a DC. Bug splat error coming through. Oh, that's what I was going to do. Genius me. While we were paused, and as we're sitting on the pause right now, let me actually go ahead and switch over to my Streamlabs and give a couple of thank yous out, because we've had a couple of people that have done some of those follows tonight, such as the R Never G following very early on. I'm Not Vinny, thank you for that follow. Zenny Hero, thank you for that follow as well, the other hero account. And then huge thank yous to Don TV for that tier 1 sub, as well as G Deadless for the resubbing Twitch Prime. He's got a total of 11 months resub. That is huge support. Thank you so much for that, Deadless. As Poppy Harlow Clone throwing in that follow as well. Why not? Support the Misto. Throw that follow. You haven't been followed, no worries. All good. And look at that. You brought in the disconnection, but it's not that bad. It's actually a good thing, because when you see that disconnection, it means that they are now reconnecting. So the problem is when you don't see them even disconnect, then that becomes an issue, because then the game is truly freaking out. It doesn't know if they're in game, out of game, all that craziness. So the DC comes shortly before the re-C. Anyway, reconnect. Into the, once again, looking at these lanes specifically, I feel like the Alawi on that top side should have an advantage versus the Renekton. And that's mostly due to the Alawi being able to land those Test of Spirits onto the Renekton, drag him on in, beat him up pretty good, get those Tentacle Slams down. Renekton has a Slice and Dice and can take those Tentacles down fairly quickly, but he just early game doesn't have the health or the stats to deal with the Alawi's abuse. She's a bruiser, and she has some pretty good mobility herself. She's going to be dashing in and slamming down her own Lantern to get some serious damage onto Renekton. I feel like she should have the advantage. However, if Kayn is able to come in from behind, find some CC, either that, you know, Darkened Blade knock-up or just a little bit of slows onto the Alawi, or Renekton is able to bully her enough that she's underneath the turret with a small amount of health, and you have a level 6 Renekton that can just ult and walk under turret, and then Kayn can come in, ult the Alawi, and find the kill before walking away. I feel like they could get some success out of that, but otherwise, I feel like Smartest 2 should be able to win that matchup fairly evenly. So, into the jungle lane. The Kayn versus the Vi. Early game, I feel like Dadbod should still have success on this Kayn. He's so mobile, he's able to walk through walls, all that good stuff. Vi can dash through walls, but her cooldown's not nearly as fast. And her wave clear, while very strong with that E, just doesn't really compare to the Kayn. I feel like he's just does a bit better of a jungle, or just overall full clear. But the Vi, once she hits that level 6, the Assault and Battery is where things come in huge. And I want to see Aether Arising smack some people down with that Assault and Battery. Just beat people up. League of Paws, indeed, indeed. Hey, Reggie, it's the Drubber Rift. Dubra Lifter. Drubber lifter. Power pumping. Power pumping. Get those weights a going. That's what I'm talking about. We got Chromedor. Welcome to the Discord. You're the only person on blue side. Nobody else from blue side wants to jump into the Discord. I don't know why. I don't know why they hate you, but I just hope he's watching. I love him. Oh, you hope Jake Paul is watching? Oh, geez, Victor. Theon Greyjoy, you got some issues, buddy. I'm not telling you who you can like and who you cannot like. I'm just telling you that if you love the Jake Paul, you might want to reconsider. Anyway, moving back on. So, Double of Incarnation, back at it again. I'm having flashbacks from last week. Cray Dog, I'm having flashbacks from months ago. I think it was this spring, maybe last fall. The TSM Incarnation duo was destroying bot lanes time and time again. It was gorgeous to watch, and no one could face them and really beat them out. Hey, Lucifer, jumping in. There we go. We got two people from blue team synergizing. There you go, pairing up. That's the type of communication I'm looking for. I dig it. I dig it. So, we'll see if TSM Double Lift and Incarnation can find that duo once again. All right, we haven't talked about the mid lane yet. So, Victor's going to have some really serious poke. However, Silas, Red Dreamt, should be able to deal with that poke pretty well because the Kingslayer healing that comes out, and he's got some poke of his own. Ooh, I like that aggression out of the Victor. That shield should come in pretty big as well. I believe that is his W. Gets a little bit of poke and some of that damage down. Oh, there's that two-man knockup by Wincarnation, actually handling the hook by C9 World Champ pretty well. And that early lead in the bot lane for the side of Dadbod, pushing the mini wave straight into the enemy team. Look at Lucian's poke playing around that turret range. Oh, that's so disgusting to watch. So disgusting to watch. If we could, we should just do a full VOD on the bot lane only. So, yeah, well, I got destroyed last week. Right, Kraydog? This is one reason why I'm glad that I don't play in these games, because that is just insane. TSO Smartest might be in a little bit of trouble at the top side. He's actually dropped Misto to about the same health. Alistar going and getting a knockup onto C9 World Champ. They actually dropped the Ignite as well. Don't get the double shot off from the Lucian. TSM wasn't quite ready to go that far underneath the turret to get the poke onto the Nautilus. However, that early Ignite by the Alistar shoving him out can make him rethink engaging, because the key is if you burn through his potions, you can see he's already out of potions. He's drinking the last one right now. When he's out of potions, he's less likely to go forward and look for those chains. As Ramjaran in that mid lane, he's losing a whole lot of health. He's actually been stunned up by Theon Greyjoy as well, and that's a bit more poke coming back out as well. The Victor should shoot one more laser. Okay, didn't quite have the cooldown for that last laser. Smartest getting the healing going off with that corrupting push at the top sides to staying fairly even against the Renekton right now. Quick check in on those junglers. The Vi going for a full clear. She's actually cleared out her entire jungle. No Scuttle Crab up just yet. And Aether Arising has done an amazing job. Went through the entire bottom side and top side jungle. Did Kayn steal something away? Because I'm a little bit confused. This Kayn has only grabbed his top blue and then headed towards his own Raptors and now his red buff. Smart's getting stunned at the top side. Doesn't care. Lantern slam back forward. Taking a good CS lead over this Renekton, 20 CS to 11. He's got a wave to catch up, though. We'll see how much he gets off of this. The Smart is continuing to start to abuse him underneath that turret. And those tentacle slams underneath the turret can actually be a really big thing. Those Qs, when they come out, not only chunk for a huge amount of damage, but also they don't draw that turret aggro because you're just outside of that turret range. You can still poke away. I'll start saying, I'm not worried about that turret range. He actually stays out of it as well. Again, forcing C9 World Champ just to back away. No chance to go aggressive. But again, Nautilus is still scary underneath that turret because if he does happen to land the perfect hook, he can drag you underneath that turret in the mid lane. Bit of a play. You got that jungle Aether Rising coming in. They found themselves first blood. KO for the Vi. She's stunned up. It's able to walk away. Good use of the flash Q to find the locked on CC. Remdred also with those chains. Both flashes burn, but they get first blood. All-Star Wincarnation be taken out just a little bit. Kane's gonna find the Vi Aether Rising, but he's got to deal with the silence as well. The chains land, but Barcode's through the wall. The Kane able to make the escape. Yeah, nice initial start with that Vi. He's got that red buff as well, flashing forward, looking for the low mana Silas. He might be able to actually find the kill, so that's gonna get a little bit more damage. But here's the Vi over the wall. Wincarnation's coming up. What can Barcode do? Silas, oh, hold on. Wincarnation just flashes forward, gets himself the kill onto Silas. Getting revenge for his mid laner, so it's a 1-for-1 overall. However, the dragon, first dragon of the game, coming up in under 3 seconds. Okay, I thought that maybe Dadbud was positioning around it, but no, they're just going to have that Alistar going ahead and recalling, going back, making use of that gold that he just bought before heading back to that bottom side. Kraydog says he's ready to face the bottom lane next time. I love it, Kraydog. That confidence makes me so happy. I like Pog taking a little bit of poke from Double Lift on the bottom side as Lucian comes in to catch the wave. He's actually out CSing the Yasuo right now, which is a little bit to be expected. Misto going aggressive, finds the stun onto Smartest. He can't use those tentacles. Good slice forward, gets the stun, some damage, and then slices out. Misto, nice use, being able to balance all of those cooldowns. Level 5 to level 6 should be up here shortly. Smartest has already hit that level 6. That means mid lane should be pretty shortly to get those level 6s as well. And then we'll have those junglers truly coming online, especially that Vi already found success in the mid lane. Kayn is out farming the Vi, so I have to feel like this Kayn is stole something away from the Vi. He had to have, because otherwise he wouldn't be able to out CS the Vi. As Smartest going to be in trouble. Whoa! Barco just walks in, finds the kill. Now in the mid lane, 1v1 between the Victor, who tosses the ultimate down. Remdrag gets a big heal off the Kingslayer, but the Alistar is here. Knock up, goodbye, slap down. Second kill over to the support. Reincarnation, look, I know you're good. You don't have to steal Victor's kills, though. Come on, man. Give him a little bit of something. But the play on the top side, Renekton and Kayn working together. They didn't have their ultimates. Well, I think, Renekton got his ultimate after killing the Alawi. So didn't have their ultimates, but just the two of them together burned the flash and got the kill onto the Alawi. So Smartest going to feel the sting of that one for a little bit. Kayn stealing away the Vi's jungle Krugs. This was hanging around for a minute, maybe seeing if they were going to respawn. Walks in, checks in on where that red buff is with its timer. I don't think it's going to be up for another minute 30. Is Kayn just sitting up there? No, he's actually taking it away. Okay, I'm confused. Oh. Now I learned. For some reason, I thought that on the neutral buff side, if you check this out here, that my mouse is going to come over it. That red buff was blue side's red buff, and then blue side's blue buff. But I am wrong. And the top side, Smartest. Whoa! He's got the tentacle slam. It's going to kill Kayn as well. Double lift to Smartest on the top lane. Had multiple tentacles, dropped that ultimate, curse slam, pow, where is Briar when you need him casting? Smacks down the Renekton, and then Kayn, what are you doing? Go in and thought he could maybe finish off the Alawi, but nope, she got the heal, came right back in. Alistar looking for a stun, maybe onto the Yasuo. He's actually stunned up the Nautilus for a moment. C9 World Champ taking a bit of a beating. Might go down. The Ignite taking away the flash forward from Double to get the last couple of shots down. And the Ignite will tick down and finish him up. Now I like Pogs getting knocked up. Gets a little bit of a knockback there as well. Reincarnation setting up the CC for Double to find himself kills. And look at the bot lane from Dadbod. 4-0-2. Their total combined score line with 0 deaths. So strong yet again. Theon Greyjoy in the mid lane. Ooh, I like that. Drops the stun underneath him. So if I continued forward, she'd get hit by that stun underneath the turret. So decided this time so new folk get a chance to play. And this is why you don't gank Alawi unless you have CC or she is poked out already. And a 2v1 gank. Yeah, Kayn was a little bit slow to the gank. Alistar OP. Reggie, I'm saying, you got to ban his Alistar. 1 for 1 in the mid lane. Silas chained forward, but again, Victor dropping that stun underneath him. I forget the name of that ability. Something like Nullifying Field. Is just so powerful. Keeps people underneath that turret. They take the extra shots. They go down. So they got to trade 1 for 1 in that mid lane. Once again, 1 for 1. Don't see those in the chat. Vi is on that bottom side, but she's standing on top of a ward. Might not want to stick around for too long. Bot lane of Incarnation and Double Lift have back and recall. That gives Lucian a couple of starting items. Excuse me. A couple of starting items. Renekton went the Tiamat route in the top side, so maybe because of his struggle to wave clear with the Alawi, he's going that Tiamat, just trying to get a little bit of extra, not only damage, but the AoE as well, so he's focusing on those team fights, not just the straight up 1v1s. Oh, walks into the face of Smartest around the corner. Not the face you really want to slam into. Both junglers are up at the top side as well. Keep in mind, Silas is around the corner. He's got that level 6, level 7 truly. And so he can steal away those ultimates. What ult is he going to steal away? We'll check in next time the camera's around the corner. As Boyz coming around to the top side. Should be seen here in just a moment. As Barcode is going to find him. The Kane's still going to be dashed forward. So a little bit of damage. Goes ahead and ult onto Aether Rising. Can he get anything more, though? He doesn't have that Darken mode. Nice flash from Aether Rising to get around the corner, but it might be into the arms of the Nectar. He's going to go ahead and throw out that ultimate. Assault on Battery backwards. Barcode flashes. And Alawi with multiple tentacles again. Slamming down over a Nectin. Picking up the kill. I think the Vi may have not even gotten a piece of the pie of that Renekton. Didn't get an assist for that. As Smartest 2 just walks through the turret, finds the fight into the Tri-Brush. Oh, C9 World Champ. Good try, but it only hit a minion. Couldn't quite find that hook. Would have only landed on Incarnation. The Alistar not too terribly concerned at this point. Has already finished off his support item. Coming in. Gonna get a knock up onto one member. Wind Wall from Yasuo. Not gonna be worried too much because CSM double lift has got that culling going backwards. Silas is headed down here. He's got the Alistar ultimate. When's he gonna use it is the question because double lift is stealing a lot of damage. And Silas chaining forward. He's gonna start that ultimate. CSM double lift still alive. The ignite finally goes down. I like Pog's ignited but didn't fall. Incarnation is gonna get a 4th kill. He's chasing onto the Yasuo, but he's chained by the Silas. Knocked up. Set up for the last breath from I like Pog's beautiful double play in the bot lane. The boys are able to strike back, taking down the Dadbod's bottom lane. Oh, that Silas, Red Rement, I hate your name, but good play on that bottom side. The layered chains again and again, and stealing away the Alistar ult was really nice because it meant that the threat to go underneath the turret was that much stronger. Made Dadbod really feel like they had to fight that one out. And because they were stuck truly fighting it out, it meant that they could drop that Lucian, and once he was dead, there really is no more damage on the side of Dadbod. Sure, Alistar was able to poke down the last little bit of damage, I think, to take down the Nautilus, but not too, it really isn't that big of a deal, especially when you're able to shut down these bigger opponents on the other side. So, Zendax, this is game 3. This is game 3. Theon is godlike. Legendary Alistar kept Lucian alive for so long, right? Lucian did eventually die to the ignite. And Vi might be in a little bit of trouble. Oh, she tries to Q charge out of there, but not going to be close enough. There's that kill for Double Lift, once again being set up by the rest of his team. And it's straight onto the Windrake for them. Should mean their rotations are that much better. And best of all, look at the setup for the Alistar now that he's got the Windrake. He's a speedy boy. He's got boost of mobility and a Windrake. That is a stiff breeze under his feet. He's going to be so fast rushing on in to get those headbutts and set up that pulverize as well for his team. His positioning is going to be pretty key. Going to be coming in. Last breath used on Lucian, but there's that Alistar knocking 2 members up. The Nautilus ultimate not going to do all that much because the culling is free firing, and here comes the Darken mode Barcode coming on in. Dashing in on C9 World Champ, knocking him up, setting up Double Lift once again. Couple more damage. Light Shot comes out, but Barcode steals away the kill. Jerk of a jungler. Just kidding. He needs some of his own kills. They're chasing in onto I like Pogs. There's a blast cone available for the Yasuo to take, but he's going to use it towards that mid lane. He's pinging out Silas. Help! Silas, please! Oh, Alistar's locked up the Yasuo onto the Victor stun, but there is a Remnant over the wall. That's him going to be igniting the Alistar. Incarnation gets the heal up before going down. Are you kidding me? Silas will get Victor before falling. It's a 1-for-1, and the Yasuo, I like Pogs, actually makes it out. So Silas sacrifices his own life over, but Barcode's taking away plates on the bottom side as well. Gold is still even between the two teams because Alawi is destroying. What did I say? What did I say? 15 minutes in, Alawi's taking your tier 2 in the top, and that's exactly what Smartest has done. Now it's being responded to by this from the bottom side of the map, but Alawi has soloed out 2 turrets for the side of the boys, and they are striking hard. Barco might try to actually solo down this turret all alone on the bottom side. He's got a full wave as well. Don't touch the Alistar. No, he touched the Nautilus. Now he's going to be in trouble. He does take down the turret, throws out that ultimate. He's all alone, and Vi's coming in as well. Barco gets a little bit of a heal. He's running through the wall, but he's hooked by the Nautilus. No, I think it was the tornado by Yasuo that was thrown into the wall to knock him out. They get the kill. Not like Kane would have been able to escape much anyway. Alistar, okay, running through the river. Incarnation just says hi to the Silas before running away. He's like, I don't have my Lucian. I don't deal damage. I'm good for a CC tank. That's all I do. I don't deal damage. I don't fight unless my AD is here. Who's going to come to the top side, try to deal with Smartest. Oh, flash 4 from Smartest. He's looking for double if the Lucian able to run this pursuit to the side, and now Misto's got the stun. Smartest has the kill, though. Oh, Alawi's still taking down the Renekton with her. Smartest is such a disgustingly good Alawi. You guys might need to ban his Alawi in the future because he's just so darn good. Look at him, 4 and 2, taking down the second tier turret alone at the top side. 8,000 gold. Look at the gold grab. He's actually higher gold than the Lucian at 7,000 gold for the side of Dadbod, one of the best players on that team. Barco coming in, not going to land it. I like Pogs. Actually smites him. He wants a 1v1. Last breath is out from the Osmo, but now he has to run. He's got minions to dash through, but it's going the wrong direction. The Reincarnation comes bot, knocking him up, taking him out. He has some double lift, hanging out with Beyond Greyjoy in the mid lane. Pushing off members of the Boyz from that turret, but the Rift Herald is started up by Vi, down to 2,500 health. Might actually be able to pick this Rift Herald up. No one sees the Vi doing this. That should be Rift Herald to the side of the Boyz. Pretty simple pickup. There we go. Can drop it in the mid lane for their first tier turret there if they want. But they're going to have to deal with the members of Dadbod that are here defending. Bot lane turret also a nice option. Going to check in very quickly. I don't want to miss the action in the mid lane. But yeah, one charge from Shelly should be able to take down that bot lane turret if that's where they go. But defense for the mid lane is where they're at the moment. Alawi rotate to the bottom side of the map. Smartest saying, you know what? Again, still going to be solo pushing. Barco trying to get a little bit 1v1 dashing again and again. Smartest does not have... Oh, threw out that ultimate, but that was immediately ulted by Came back. Does he actually have the damage? No, he has to flash the ball. Reincarnation is here. Alawi is down once again. And now C9 World Champ going to hook up the Lucian. Vi's over the wall. She's actually got the Q. Does she have the Assault and Battery as well? But the healing coming through from Double Lift might be enough for him to be able to live. And he's actually going to be flashing forward. Double Lift survives. He gets out. The healing coming through with the Blade of the Ruined King is enough. Red Mantis behind him, flashing forward. He's trying to find the chains, but it's only going to land onto him. Reincarnation's got some CC. He seals away the Alistar ultimate. Calling from the Lucian. Going to be able to drop right low, but he's still dashing forward enough to take down the Lucian, but now he should die as well. Ooh, good dash away from the knock-up from the Kane. He's going to chain himself back in. Kingslayer heals him up just a little bit, but not going to be enough. Barcode finishes him off. Bloody game. 15 kills to 11 so far. 2,000 gold lead for Dadbod. They're going to grow that just a little bit as Misto solos at that top lane turret and allowing not being able to freely push on the bottom side of the map. That team fight was not so good for the Boyz. They lost a couple of big members. They did get that Lucian back, though. That's a big deal, shutting down that Lucian. He's got his Essence Reaver, though, so his ultimate's going to come up that much faster. He's going to be able to reset so much more. Overall game state in favor of Dadbod off of the plays that the Alistar and Lucian are making. But one other thing to keep in mind is that this Renekton doesn't have his fully stacked items yet. He's got a ways to go before he gets there. 115 farm to the 183 of Smartest's Alawi. But once he gets there, once he gets that Black Cleaver, once he gets that Titanic Hydra, he is still going to come online and be a monster. They're still waiting for those wards to get cleared before revealing himself on the bottom side of the map around the ocean. Drake Reincarnation dashing forward, looking for Aether Horizon. Great Q over the wall. The Vi makes it out. That mobility from the Boyz, drafting themselves so many dashes, hooks, all that sort of stuff on their team. They're actually a pretty mobile champion, especially if we're engaging. Hook from World, C9 World Champ going to miss, but they're going to engage and find themselves. Maybe the KD ults at the last second. Can he get out? He's CC locked for a moment longer, but Victor's over the wall. Throwing out that ult with multiple members. Barcode goes over. I like Pogs forced to flash away. That will be him falling as his scythe to the back. Smartest chasing forward. He's got that ultimate available. Could try to jump in onto all four members. They're all here. That's the ult. Slamming down tentacles, but will it be enough? Is stunned up by the Alistar. Smartest still finishes off the Renekton once more. Barcode getting low. Vi dashes forward. She doesn't have Assault and Battery though, so what can she do? Just get pulled back to die. Silas trying to chain to Barcode to get out of the fight, but Barcode once again ulting, staying alive, finally goes down. C9 World Champ actually picking up the kill, but that might be the Boyz getting ace as it's a triple kill for Dadbod. TSM Double Lift was left untouched that entire fight. It's an Ocean Drake up and available for them. They're pinging it up, and that should be the Drake for them. Overall, in that last team fight, what was huge about it was the fact that when Smartest was going ham with that ultimate, nobody else came to join the fight. Smartest basically dying before the rest of the team actually got there. Maybe that was a bit of miscommunication, saying, you know what, let's back away, and Smartest is like, look, I got this. I know what I'm doing. Takes down the Renekton, but then dies to the Lucian, and no one else can get onto the Lucian. You don't have someone like the Kane who can rotate around walls to get to the backside of the fight to look for this Lucian. You have to go through those frontline members. And maybe that's what the Vi needs to do, is focus on using that Assault and Battery onto the Lucian. Malawi gonna test the Spirit the Lucian. He's actually all alone. Should be able to run this pursuit away, though. Shelly charge takes out that first tier turret in the mid lane. Chain CC takes down the Victor as well. That's gonna be up and on the menu for the side of the boys. They've got 2 and they're hungry for more. CC Chain, the resurrecting Kane as well. Incarnation gonna come in, see if he can save his teammate. Kane actually ult in, a little bit aggressive. Ultimate stolen by the Silas, taking away the Alistar ultimate, I believe it is. Get himself a bit tanky, but no! Wait, what? Okay, I can do this because I'm solo casting this one. I gotta see what on earth just happened there. Alright, check this out. So Kane gonna dash out. C9 World Champ is at full health. Remnant is about half health. He takes the Alistar ultimate, so he should be tanky. He's gonna chain back in onto the Kane. In the meantime, Yasuo's knocked up. Remnant is in. But what is with this scythe damage from the Kane? He's just gonna dash forward. Tear through everyone. He got the Silas. C9 World Champ and I Like Pogs are up next on the menu. Yeah, he just dashes through. The Grim Reaper going to work. Triple kill for the Kane. Smartest is going to come in now, see what he can do with the tentacles, but he's over the walls. Back and forth. Aether Rising in trouble. Taking down the Lucian. Alistar knocking Smartest into the Lucian's arms over the wall. What a headbutt from this Alistar. TSM Doublelift is being fed kills left, right, and center. Another ace for Dadbod. They went from being a little bit ahead to now a decimating gold lead of 5,000. Make it a little bit more because they got that mid lane first tier turret. They've got all first tier turrets from the members of the Boyz, matching them close, though their top lane second tier turret is down. You're going to get some damage onto the second tier turret in this mid lane. With Victor joining them, clearing out the wave, they might be able to actually take this. Silas is stepping forward. He's still got that Alistar ultimate. I guess he didn't use it in that last fight. Didn't have time to maybe throw it out before he got CC chained down. Kane taking away that second tier turret on the top side as well. Is he going to be able to actually secure it? There it is, going over. And Dadbod can now back with a crazy amount of gold in inventory. 3,000 gold for the Lucian, 2,200 for the Kane, 1,800 for the Renekton. They're going to be able to complete some really big items. What is this Lucian going to buy? TSM Double is actually sticking around. They're canceling a couple of those recalls, waiting for somebody to walk forward. Smartest going to face check. Oh, but the Alistar already backed. Oh, the CC chain on Smartest is still good. Great stun by Victor. Oh, King gonna knock up 2 members. Dash forward. Aether Rising is not tanky. This Vi's gonna be taken out. Not also is way too late. Remnant coming over the wall, but Barco says, you know what? I can chase you. I got red buff as well. Gonna find the knock up onto the Nautilus. I'm wondering if this is just a bait. No, he actually should be able to grab him. That's the kill. Are you kidding me? He's gonna be able to grab a third as well. It's only a double kill, as I believe one was stolen away, but the Vi went down earlier. Ace in the bottom lane as Renekton finishes off Yasuo solo. Dadbod proving their might in this game. Decimation. Decimation. Hey, Apex Predator. Love the name. Welcome, welcome. This is not a league. These are free play games. We do anything. The cool league. I like it, Poppy Harlow. Okay, where's my sunglasses? This is the cool league. No, we don't run a league. One of the things I've figured out with the league when it comes to casting stuff is that leagues force a lot of pressure on players and teams to constantly be there, and you run into a lot of issues when teams can't make it. So we just run a bunch of team and free play events where if you're an individual player, Thursday nights are your night. If you're a team player, Tuesday nights are your night. Join the Discord, you'll get all the information there. 30 kills to 14. Dadbod have taken a massive lead in this game. They control basically everything at this point. They've got tons of wards on the top side jungle, a few wards on the bottom side jungle as well. This game doesn't seem like it's going to last much longer. A 10,000 gold lead, or very close to it, 9,000 gold lead. There is a potential desperation play from the Boyz to grab the Baron, as there's no one from Dadbod on it. They've already recalled to buy up a couple more items. Lucian being able to pick up that rapid fire cannon for that extra range and damage. And he also threw in a BF sword extra, because why not? And now it is the Boyz' turn to start that desperation play around the Baron. They've got all 5 members there, but they're going to back away. Maybe they saw that Kane coming in from the mid lane. C9 World Champ going to be knocked up. Silas actually just jump straight in onto the Kane as well. Here comes Alistar Wincarnation. Can he be killed? The god of damage. TSM Doublelift's calling is wrecking people. He flashes over the wall, trying to finish off Aether Rising. He's pursuing backwards, but now the Victor coming in with that big AoE. Smartest is dropping low. The Tentacle Slam. What? Smartest! He almost triple kills. finishes off the duo in the bottom lane. Smartest, what are you doing? In the bottom lane, Renekton is able to grab a turret during all that fighting the top side. Victor getting out with 300 health. Wait, hold on. Red Man gonna continue to chase forward. Silas got the poke, got the slow. He's got red buff. No, he didn't find the slow just yet. Victor laser sidestepped. Dun 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 dun. All right, so Jaws theme a little bit fast there at the end, but good enough. Silas shark attack finishes off Victor. Narat picking up his 5th kill of the game, but 8 deaths, says that it's been a rough game for him and the boys. Backed away from Baron, got a bunch of kills once again off of Smartest play. This man is doing his doing his best job to try to carry this team. They're looking for themselves an Infernal Drake. That will actually be pretty darn nice for them. Boosting their stats a little bit. So even though Dadbot have still a 6,000 gold lead, taking that Infernal Drake does help them out a little bit because it boosts their own damage. So they don't quite go toe-to-toe just yet. They simply don't have the gold and the items to fully 5v5 and straight up win. But that really helps out that pop-off damage by the Silas and most importantly, the Alawi. TP coming in from Victor. The play around the Baron is going to be called from Dadbod. They're looking to find themselves the jungler. Finish off Aether Rising. This Vi needs to be incredibly safe. If she goes down, that's Baron for Dadbod, no doubt. Alawi alone on the bottom side has TP up and available. Now might be the time to TP in for this fight. Around the Baron, there it is, that TP coming in from behind everyone with Carnation. However, they've already found themselves a Nautilus, and they're going to be looking as well for the next people. Barcode, though, he's got the GA, so even if he goes down, he's got that ultimate to survive a little bit longer, and the Alawi ult was canceled. Did Renekton to stun her? That might actually be the fight for Dadbod because the Alawi never even showed. Double kill for the Lucian. The Victor going to be able to finish off Silas as well. And now Smartest going to be 1v1ing mid. So ults are out from both members. Not the Alawi just yet, but you know that in just a moment she's going to be throwing it out. Seeing if she can do. She's actually taking down Misto Health bit by bit, but the base is open. The Renekton is buying time. Smartest is not allowed to recall despite finding the kill. Now can start the recall to try to come back as the Nexus is about to be exposed. Those Nexus turrets dropping lower and lower because double siege minions are on them as well. They've taken down the Nautilus. Alawi finally coming in. She saved that ultimate, but I don't think it's going to be enough to save the game. She dashes forward. She's looking for some kills, but she's CC locked inside the fountain, throwing out the tentacles, but it's only onto the Alistar. And the game is over. Finish off by Double Lift and Barcode. An insane game. And yet again, despite several kills and several shutdowns, Dadbod, most importantly, Wincarnation and TSM Double Lift show up yet again. Every time these two play, their team destroys. And it is so amazing to watch. Now, someone at some point, someday, will shut these guys down. I know that it will happen. I have confidence. I believe it has happened in the past. But this time, once again, they step forward. Huge shout out to Smartest for the solo kills on the top side. Double turret take by 13 minutes into the game. Soloed against those two, the TSM Double Lift and Wincarnation with that ultimate. Oh my goodness. Just insane. Just insane. Maybe you should have gone bot, lol. No, man, I loved the Alawi pick. I think the biggest issue, honestly, the reason why you didn't win, at least in my mind, was simply because Misto dashing forward to stun you in your TP to the backside of the fight for Dadbot. It's unfortunate the Nautilus went down as early as he did, but if the Nautilus hadn't died and you had been able to actually successfully TP in and all 4 members grouped hard by Dadbod, I really think you could have won, because I know that Renekton was solo pushing on the bottom side of the map, but he had an entire lane that he had to shove in through minion waves. And you could have won the fight and then gone to the bottom side to defend while the rest of your team went to grab Baron. But Renekton was a pain, but wasn't the major factor. Oh, you were down for quite a while. No, don't get me wrong. You guys were down, but at one point you were down 9,000 gold, and through team fights and your ult's Smartest, you crawled back to a 4,000 gold difference. So that's the big deal, at least to me. So But huge stuff out of both teams. Got to give some credit to Barcode on this Kane as well. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Being able to find some serious assassinations. And the biggest factor is every time the Kane ults and goes inside an enemy team member, he becomes invulnerable. And that invulnerability reset the fight so much. Several times the boys were this close to killing him, and then he just disappears. And the boys then just waiting for him to come out. In the meantime, Dadbod's got multiple members that are collapsing. They're coming on in. They're ready to continue the fight. Kane pops out, and the rest of his team is there to start the fight up once again. And so, really good plays by Barcode. Surviving just long enough. Picking up the GA as well. That's like a double middle finger to the enemy team saying, you can't kill me, at least unless you invest a very, very long time. A lot of spells and a lot of damage. So, beautiful stuff, beautiful stuff. So, I'm proud that I didn't feed too hard since everyone was a lot higher ranked than me and Lucifer. That's what this is about on Thursday nights. It's about A, having fun, B, playing some just random stuff and having fun, and C, you get a chance to play against people that are higher ranked, but you also get a chance to play with people that are higher ranked. So there's a little bit of some coaching that can go on as well between either watching teammates or maybe one of those Diamond 1 players are in the voice comm saying, hey, let's rotate to Baron, and you start to pick up on some of these small things here and there. It's a lot of fun. So that is going to be it for us tonight, though. It's been our 3 games. It's past 11 o'clock, and I definitely have to head to bed. But we are going to raid another channel and do shoutouts and thank yous once again. I did that earlier when we were paused, but I want to make sure that everyone that has followed, if you haven't followed before, go ahead and follow now. Is a good time to do it. We are going to raid a very good channel. It was rated us, I think literally Tuesday night they rated us, so we're going to raid them right on back. But Metro Esports have been some good friends of ours. If you guys like the shoutcasting and that sort of action, they do a bunch of it themselves. Let's go ahead and jump over to our end credits, though, and start to thank people for coming in. All that good stuff.